Hey guys, we're back with the Great Ace Attorney, hopefully with the end of case 1. Last time we got a I've been preparing this joke, a Deus Ex Maya Kina, get it, because Makina Maya, she's the, well, she's not Maya, but she's, what's her name, Susato, but she's like Maya, so it's a Maya. Please laugh. just forget that. Cut that out. 1:14 p.m. How long has it been? Like an hour? Well, understand you're the judicial assistant to the defense. Why this sudden ingress into my courtroom? A judicial assistant and a woman? No, sexist, dude. You're gonna get canceled on Twitter in like 200 years. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify. Yes, I fully understand. Ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. You're too late, little girl. This trial's already been concluded. 5 minutes. I'll not allow a moment more. But, Your Excellency, I'm most grateful. Yeah, what is it? It's a signed confession from, what's her name? Giselle Brett. Who are you? Sorry, but there's no time. Please simply accept this for now. What is it? Report about something? Written in English? It's Giselle Brett's research. The English woman? Well, yeah, there's not someone else doing that. After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, this is research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't. Oh, come on! I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics of Can I read it yet? What is Carrere and its effects on human subjects? Interesting. Or is it pronounced Japanese Carrare? Let's go with the Japanese way. Carrare. What's that? Never heard that word before. Me neither. I'm assuming it's a kind of poison. Time's up. What is it? Hasn't been 5 minutes yet. Prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There was too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. Oh, that's convenient. Don't have to read all million pages. Carrere is a general term for a variety of highly toxic plant extracts. What? Hold on, where is this from? Used by indigenous people in Central and South America. So it's a, I don't know how they pronounce stuff over there. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful. Thank you. Bill's report has been entered into the court record. There we go. Goodbye then, and good luck. Thank you. Go over to this. Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. Hunters of the region have used it since the ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in minute doses. So the above mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as that inflicted by a blowpipe. She used a blowpipe dart on him! I mean, that's actually possible. But with its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. So it would have been like mixed up with the, like, you know, the dental anesthetic stored in his body. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first. Patients would die of suffocation. Oh, she disappeared. Did you see that, dude? Kazuma, did you see that? You've had long enough, counsel. We cannot detain our English guest any longer. I ask the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present to the court? Presume not, but... The prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. I was checking OBS. Yunosuke, We're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett. Yes, Your Excellency? If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. A delightful invitation, but I'm afraid not so very long until tea time. Oh, that is a British thing. They do have tea time. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. You realize Joe's face was a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order. But I love this judge. Said it many times before, but all you have to do is look like a Japanese warrior and he'll do anything for you. The Japanese language makes no sense. Oh, okay, don't act like English doesn't have that kind of thing as well. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is this new evidence that demands the court's attention? I mean, well, really, it could be anything. Maybe it's my badge, my university collar pin.
Yes!
Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you're studying under Dr. Wilson at UMA University, doing research. Research, by sheer coincidence perhaps, to a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel? Toxin known as curry. Curry. It's very delicious, actually. Your Excellency. Curry. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death.
Objection!
What? What complete and utter nonsense? Curry, you say? Never even heard of it. You wouldn't have done. You wouldn't have. Uh-oh. You wouldn't have done? Is that grammatically correct? Maybe it's like an archaic way of talking. I don't know. It sounds weird though. But what, you know, that makes sense for Cosmo to say though. He's weird. I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Curhair before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist. Correct. Which means no matter what test the police can do for toxins, they never identify Curhair. Make her drink it. Make her drink it. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. They did that before in one of the I think it was in the third game. They tried to make well, spoilers, drink it, right? If Phoenix, it's all small, or is it Phoenix? It might have been Mia. Order, order, order. Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report authored by the visiting research student from England, Curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as a poison to lace their arrows. Seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. So unfortunately, this means there isn't a Weekend at Bernie's plot where she like somehow dragged the body in and like talked to Yunosuke as him, which would have been a lot more fun. To lace their arrows? The report states that it's produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle, and it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. Claims an animal shot by arrows laced with curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Pratt?
Objection!
Trumpery! Is that even a word? These aspirations are utter trumpery. To start with, the victim has been administered some of this so-called deadly poison. He would have been squirming and writhing in pain. The other diners would have surely noticed. That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that Curare was... Ooh, yeah. Explain yourself, counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, causes instant paralysis. In other words, victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there'd be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible! Obviously, the man lost all strength in his muscles. He'd collapse on the floor. With a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow Kazuma. That's just paralysis. Let the poison cause instant death. Full explanation is extremely unpleasant. Poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. And it probably causes well, it's a suffocation. Like your throat closes up or like your lungs stop working or something. After a short time, the paralysis is so severe it causes the muscles that can control respiration to fail. Yeah, okay. Respiration? In other words, the actual cause of death? Suffocation. And all the while, the victim is conscious and aware, still unable to move. That's hideous. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly career poison. And you're suggesting that this bottle, Council, actually contains this terrifying poison? Make her drink it. This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison, for which there's no means of testing? There's one way. But a happy tale for the defense. Yeah, okay, it was the first case of the game 3 because I remember they offered to make Kane drink it. I remember this now. If I may. All these facts. You think you're so clever? It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady. Knew to just do this like 20 minutes ago. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? What? You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime. That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree? Objection! Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules. True. That's against Nox's commandments. That's so funny. Excuse me, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett? May I borrow that bottle for a moment? Well, no, give her like a glass. Well, yes, I don't see, why not? Oh, she's gonna drink it? Wait, do it. She won't. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Sorry. To an English woman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics. It's laughable, really. Do it. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Cheers! Wait, what are you doing? You can't, that's illegal. Okay, swallow it. No sparkle left at all. What? Well, hold on. There wasn't anything in there about like it's a lighter than water or something. I want to remember that, but has she been testing it on herself? She's immune to it? I don't know. But yeah, make Ouchie drink some just in case. She's built up resistance. Goodness. Whatever is the matter? Y'all look quite stunned. So, no Carrere. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying? You look quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, it's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yes, Miss Brett? I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We're most gratified with all the assistance you have given. Make Ouchie drink some. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? Don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for interesting conversation at the next party. Wait. Oh! It's only when the poison enters the body through a wound. Okay. That thought suddenly came to me. So wait, I mean, I don't know how it was applied, but if she drank it, it'd be fine. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Oh, we're thinking mode. Come on, Ryunosuke. We have all the clues now. That bottle of water contains poison. The culprit did put Carrere poison into Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position. You're serious?
Objection!
Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle could contain poison. When we just thought, and technically it would be venom, not poison, right? Is Fred drinking the water from it? That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. I don't believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? We need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. Sure, the answer's in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. It has to be. Luckily, there's only like 6 things in there. Very well. The defense truly intends to assert this claim. And I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. Assertion. What explains how the yeah. I'll admit she got me for a minute. You tricked me.
Yes!
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report.
Objection!
Not a valid explanation. Yeah, you're gonna make me point to the exact sentence. No? After all, we don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish, but I do. Don't worry, Ryunosuke, I'll guide you. That this impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule this court, Your Excellency. Not trying to ridicule anyone, honestly. I was reading Susato's notes. Oh, was there a song in there? I just automatically skip over that. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You'll direct us to the pertinent section, counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to the riddle? It was 2, but I want to make sure. Special characteristics. Yeah, okay. We've been hearing a lot about this Carrere poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, counsel? Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. And obviously, if they ate that meat, it would be poisoned. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting, to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But they were usually sliced arrows. Doesn't that mean there will be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes, good point. Okay, you don't get to take credit for this one. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Good gracious, counsel. No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum. In this research paper here, under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When courier enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you're all through this research. You knew courier's special characteristics, and you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking that water without any danger to yourself. Okay, stab her with the water. You meddling little... No, this one's alive? Rapscallion? Did she grow a new mask? Well, Yunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Really? Me? A lawyer? I can make a whole franchise about this. Oh, all this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure. But I fail to see how it's possible. Oh yeah, okay, oh, her mask grew bigger, yeah. So, the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts you read in the book. Well, you wrote the book. I've read knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce, Courier is safe to ingest. Seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus? I don't know. Oh yes, well, of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? So if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, the professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? I mean, we could test if it's in the bottle very easily. Ah! That's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should. Oh, it got in his tooth. It got it. Because he just had dental work done, right? Was it an extraction? Does it? I think it said, I'm not repeating the dialogue. I'm pretty sure it was an extraction. I was kind of thinking like how we're gonna find like a blow dart or something. Order, the court, order. The logic holds. The lady and the professor drank the same poison. They'd be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest? Yes, this courier poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. I love that smug look. Surely even a little cockroach like you can understand something as simple as that. Oh, black and white. What is this welling up inside me? Never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. Are we about to play a minigame? So intense, almost rage-like. But we're gonna go snowboarding in our mind. Go run over. Did Danganronpa V3 have a minigame where you run over prostitutes in Vegas? I feel like I remember this. More than anything else, an animalistic desire to take down my prey.
Objection!
That wasn't me. What was that? Oh, that was Yunosuke? I'm like a nerd. I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. I like how she's holding the mask closer so it got bigger. How dare you use that tone with me? You know very well there's no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallow the same poison. You're alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel? Sure, I don't need to remind you. You must provide compelling evidence. So we know now that this poison is completely harmless when ingested. Why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the correct? There we go.
Take that!
Ms. Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, There's a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. Fatal difference? The toxic effects of Carrera are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound set the mouth of the person drinking the poison water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you just had been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted, for example. This is the moment you play Ace Attorney for folks. Miss Brent, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you're well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. Use that knowledge to orchestrate this. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are so puerile. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. Oh. Wait, no, that's illegal. That's referee, red card. Give her a red card. See, when you leave vital evidence lying around, that's clearly, I mean, tampering with that, like, that's illegal. I mean, probably. When you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No! I mean, it could just slip. I mean, that's clearly, like that wasn't an accident, that was very intentional. Oh dear, how careless of me. But some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. I mean, the poison is like still on, like, just like pick up a piece of glass and stab her with it, and well, I mean, obviously don't, but I mean, no, your nose just got shot. What is it? What just happened? It's the English woman. She just smashed the bottle. It's the Supreme Court. What a terrible blunder. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect up as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible, at once. You're wasting your time. Delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you, soak up the water beautifully. Neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. I mean, just squeeze it out. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? There really was poison in the bottle. I mean, that's... I mean, the optics are not looking good for you here. Let's not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady. That's right. Really, looking at this photograph? It's clear as day, isn't it? Poor professor is sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy.
Objection!
No! You killed the victim that day, using Carrera. Then, in order to frame your nose, now you hold over the crime. You waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hitting gun. It's in the bird. The bird ate it. Then in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor in his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. I mean, I feel like someone would have noticed if she turned the chair around after the gunshot. A hidden gun, you say? And I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. This is kind of a thing that bothers me in, like, Ace Attorney and Danganronpa. Like, you get 90% through the case, right? It's very obvious who the culprit is. But if you don't have, like, pinned the final piece of evidence on them, like, and you, like, fail, you get the bad ending still. Exactly. And, like, in Danganronpa, they always pin it on you, right? Well, with a few exceptions. So like you'll be pitting it on the culprit, and then it's like, no, it's you, Hajime. I don't remember the others. No, Naegi and I don't remember the B3's protagonist name. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused. Yunosuke. No, I mean, we just backtracked like 3 hours, dude. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her. Now, she either gonna get away with it? We should destroy that evidence. It was obscene. Yunosuke. Yes? Come this far, but now you're the only one left who can finish it. What? What do you mean? We lost a vital piece of evidence, it's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. Oh no, I only have empty thoughts. In my head? Told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend upon. Well, yes, that's true, but didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. So think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. You spelled color the British way. I'll never forgive you for that, Kazuma. What I saw, what I felt. Every color. The steak. It's not steak juice, that's blood. It's Kazuma, right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of the same scene in my head. Would there be another clue to expose the identity of Dr. Wilson's killer? And there's nothing. There's a clue. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. Haha, you always have something up your sleeve, don't ya, Yunosuke? Come on then, swipe that smug smile off the Englishwoman's face with some evidence. Alright, can't wait. Been niggling me for a while now that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it could be, whatever it is, could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. It's here somewhere. The clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been is... I mean... the blood. The flowers! Look at those! It's the fork! And I'm assuming it's the blood.
Take that!
Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Yes, what is it? I'm still here. He's still miles away. Probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for the perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day. Wait a minute! Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this, little boy? She's little boy. It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw this scene shown on this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on. It was, oh, okay. Oh, that wasn't in the picture at all. Okay, I thought just in the picture, you know, the color was off. It was a splattering of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. Well, okay, if he was facing away from the steak, the blood wouldn't have hit it. No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph, the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. Must have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front. There's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Yes. For blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were. Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricated nonsense. Is this court seriously expected to believe something the accusers apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Get the plate? He brought it with him too? In his backpack? Or maybe in his front pocket? This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. I love this, man. Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate. The interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. He took the meat too, that's perfect. You did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the surgeon had been eating. The surgeon too? Oh, she probably swapped them around. And I did it all in the name of justice. Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Inspector, the court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. Sorry for the delay. Here's what you ordered. The steak. That's a stupid joke. But what about the blood? Is there blood on it? Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector. The blood man! Show the court! I love how involved the judge is. Of course, examine the plate at your leisure. No blood. Okay, show us the sergeant's plate. No blood anywhere. But let's... Impossible! I know I saw it. I'm sure of it. It's right there on the table behind the professor. There's blood on the side of the plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. I hate this. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Ah! Couldn't agree more. In the case of this disgrace to the Empire. I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial. But we have? Let's hope so. Let's pretend attempted courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. I do promise to do my best to forget all of this when it's over. This sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. Okay. Was the plate I saw, or thought I saw, just a figment of my imagination? What's special about this? Obviously, this was the sergeant's plate, but I don't know how we... Oh, you know, it looks like someone just... Oh. Huh? What in the world is... The steak, though, it looks like someone just bit up, like, picked it up and bit into it instead of, like, cutting with a knife and fork. I think the Koban coin. The hallmark is from the Hoei era, I believe. I don't remember what was going on with the sergeant and the old man way back when. No, I don't know. I mean, what it is. I mean, what's it doing there? Like, wasn't the old man looking for something? Is this... Wait, you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it's in good condition. Imagine it's very valuable. This isn't the first time today that there's been talk of a Hoei Koban. Heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bullion. I don't get that joke, but I kind of get it. This is extraordinary, though. This means... This is it now. I've lost. Yunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. A lawyer can't cry until it's all over, buddy. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what. Believe in myself? Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence. Yeah, we already did that. The evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way. Presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other... I probably should have done this, you know. There's another clue. But it's kind of awkward to have examined it, you know, like 20 lines early. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth.
Objection!
The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with the beefsteak. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. Sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I'll not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. Newly affirmed ally in my country? It's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you'll now clearly show the court to what you're alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is this new clue to be found? Right there. Huh? Well, we already found this. Okay, so we just weren't supposed to look at it at all. Let me skip. You can't fast forward it. Just spam click. Even though I've already seen this text. Come on. Just click harder. It's not helping, but I can pretend. Certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. The Hoei era, too, to make it quite valuable. It's well marinated in the juices as well. Look. What? You thinking of eating it? No, but the next time I order steak at an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure, you're gonna put a coin underneath it. Heart's gonna be racing because they lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. You might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Yunosuke. Koban coin underneath the steak. Only one logical explanation. I mean... Oh, I have to click R!
Got it!
Good gracious, that's... Koban? What on earth? A Hoei era one at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant of the day in question, is it? Tell me, why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat?
Shut up!
Don't tell me to shut up. What a ridiculous question. How should I know? Never seen that thing before in my life. Don't know what this is, but I want no part of it.
Objection!
I don't see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? It could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in the moment of distraction.
Objection!
Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. This turns out to be irrelevant to the case. I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. Can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. This turns out to be irrelevant to the case. I'll give up my lawyer job right now. Well, I mean, if it is, you have to give it up anyway.
Objection!
By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway.
Shut up!
Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person who it can belong to. The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the beefsteak is... this guy. But I think he put it there, but...
Take that!
Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and owner of Rasute, Kyoryu Horyakuda-san. What's the pun? Oh, Kiryo. Yuri, as in Mr. Cucumber or something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. Exactly the moment when the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. It's far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoya Koban, my prized coin. I did not remember what that guy looked like at all. I only remember the sergeant with the baby. This Hoya Koban? Do you mean to tell me? No, please. Why would Korikuda-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? Makes no sense. Yes. Thanks for agreeing with me. Which is why I'm asking you to bring Korikuda-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay. Can't believe we've come back around to that pair again. I have a hunch, a strong hunch, to chase down the real significance of this Koban. I'll find that as a key element in the case. Are we still going? I think I'm gonna have to. Okay, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a save and a cut here, right? Okay, and if like there's only like 10 or 20 minutes left, which I kind of doubt, I'll just edit it onto this. If not, this will be the end of the video, and I'll just do one more. Because recently I had a like a 2-hour video to render, right? And it took like 2 or 3 attempts to actually render. It just, you know, so long my computer exploded a little bit. I think what actually happened is I ran out of hard drive space both times. But let's just pretend, you know, it does take forever to render. So yeah, if that's the case, putting it there. If not, you know, or see you guys next time or not, or you know, who knows? Maybe I'll just, nobody knows. This is awkward. I'm just gonna cut it.